Welcome back, everyone. We are here at the very last bout of Mitten, Kitten Splash Up 2025. This one's for all the marble sports fans. You're watching Great Lakes Roller Derby wearing purple, taking on Flint Roller Derby wearing black. And lead jam is number 44, Tiki Torture of Great Lakes. Tiki coming in for her first scoring pass. Sliding right past Moxie, and the first points of the game are scored by Tiki Torture. Flint's jammer, number 15, Gigi Spitfire, still in the pack. Tiki Torture coming in for a second scoring pass. Gigi looking to get the star pass. Great Lakes blocking that pass. K Cotton and Slim Fast lie in wait. Oh, Tiki Torture sneaks around for another 4 points. Coach AK signals Tiki to call it off. Great Lakes starting this bout strong with an 8-point jam. Flint held scoreless. The last time these teams did face off against each other several months ago here at Big Boy Arena, and I cannot quite remember the score. I do remember it was a punishing loss for Flint. So Flint definitely looking to even things up this time around, as well as go home with the Kitten Cup. The last time Flint was in Mitten Kittens, they did go home with the Kitten Cup. That was all the way back in 2017. Flint hoping to seal their return with another cup, but I could be mistaken. I believe this is Great Lakes' first time at Mitten Kittens. They're hungry for the cup as well. Animaniac, jammer for Flint, still caught up in the pack on her initial pass. Lead jammer, Pulverizing Pixie on her scoring pass. Swing and a miss from Tabby Cat. And Pulverizing Pixie coming around for 4 points. Animaniac still caught up in the pack. Pulverized, and I spoke too quickly. Anna is out of the pack. Pulverizing Pixie coming in for a second scoring pass. Flint tightening up the defense at the front of the pack, and Pixie forced to call it off. So going into this third jam, Great Lakes at 14. Flint still zippity-doo-dah. But Great Lakes running into a little bit of penalty trouble this jam. This could be what Flint needs to take the lead in this game. Up, and our jammers are almost neck and neck. Tiki Torture lead jammer, to be frank, only a couple of yards behind. Coach AK signaling that pack to keep things moving fast. We are absolutely flying, but Flint is more than keeping up. Flint lines up the defense. Oh, and Tiki Torch is defeated. 2 points going on the board for Tiki Torture, and Frank has gotten Flint on the board for 1 point. Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, coming up to the jam line for Great Lakes. Gigi Spitfire, number 15, returning to the jam line for Flint. And Flint once again brought the cheering section, the loudest cheering section of the weekend. I don't know if you can hear the Flint fans on the stream, but here in the house, we can hear them very loud and clear. And the cheering pays off. Lead jam going to Flint. It is number 15, Gigi Spitfire. Jawbreaker Jose goes for the star pass to her pivot. Number 86, Mischievous Monkey. Oh, Jose doesn't quite pull it off. And Gigi hits it and quits it. 4 points and calls it off. So coming up to the jam line once again for Flint, it is number 2B Frank, joined by number 48, Pulverizing Pixie of Great Lakes. 2B Frank hitting that pack at full force, runs right into Flutterbat, but 2 for 2. But Flint lead jam, 2 jams in a row. Pulverizing Pixie still on her initial pass, and Frank zips right through that pack for 4 points. And Pixie is out, will not be lead jammer. Great Lakes down a couple of blockers. Flint takes full advantage. Another scoring pass from Frank, and Frank hits the hips and calls it off. So 8-point jam there for Flint. That's going to bring their total up to 13. Great Lakes still in the lead at 16. We got just 24 minutes left to go in this first half. Tiki Torture, number 44, returns to the jam line for Great Lakes, joined by number 44, Animaniac, wearing the star for Flint. Tiki Torture caught up in the pack. Razor, number 88, holding down that Flint defense. Oh, nice recycling there from number 21, Ronnie V of Flint. But up at the front, it's number 151, Savage Patch Kid, holding down the defense line for Great Lakes. Look at that containment there. Simply beautiful. Animaniac well and truly trapped in the pack. But Tiki Torture, swing and a miss there from Hall & Oates, and Tiki Torture is going to be lead jammer. Flutterbat, meanwhile, forces Anna to the back of the pack. Anna going for the star pass over to pivot, number 27, Hall & Oates. Hall & Oates, meanwhile, a little bit tied up, trying to keep Tiki behind the back. Razor and Tabby Cat also coming in to assist. And Tiki Torture calls it off from the sideline. 7-point jam there for Tiki. Flint held scoreless. That jam, Papa Pit Stop coming up from the bench, gives some last-minute coaching to his athletes there. Coming up to the jam line, it is number 15, Gigi Spitfire, wearing the star for Flint. Number 922, Jawbreaker Jose, jamming for Great Lakes. Both of these skaters rostered for multiple teams this season. Jawbreaker Jose, of course, skating with Team Michigan, Lakeshore Roller Derby, as Kalamazoo Roller Derby, and tonight, Great Lakes Roller Derby. Gigi Spitfire, on the other hand, jamming for Flint, as well as her first team Detroit Roller Derby. And Gigi zippity-doo-dahs right through that pack. Calls it off. Gigi Spitfire getting lead jam over Jawbreaker Jose. 2 jams in a row. Anyone who's seen Jose in action knows that is no small task. To be frank, is returning to the jam line for Flint. Flint's cheering section, vocal in their appreciation. We can hear them screaming too. Let's go, Frank, all the way from the announcer's table. Pulverizing Pixie, number 48, wearing the star for Great Lakes. To be frank, spinning and pushing her way through the pack. Oh, nice hit to the outside by Flutterpat. And that was exactly the chance Pixie needed. Pixie picking up lead jammer. Frank caught up in that pack behind Flutterbat and Crybaby. Pulverizing Pixie coming in for her first scoring pass. Razor and Ronnie V working to keep her trapped in the back. Tabby Cat also helping hold down the defense for Flint. Frank, meanwhile, going for the star pass. Didn't quite pull it off. The bench signaling for Pixie to call it off. Call it off she does. Gigi Spitfire, number 15, returns to the jam line for Flint, joined by number 44, Tiki Torture for Great Lakes. Tiki Torture going for a hole on the outside. Number 4, Slim Fast, and number 5, Moxie holding down the defense for Flint. Oh, look at that. Gigi Spitfire busting through that wall of purple there, picking up lead jammer for Flint. Great Lakes keeping the pack moving fast. Gigi turns on the afterburners, scoots through the pack, calls it off. And I'm looking for Gigi's jam ref. Great Lakes held scoreless that jam, that much I can tell you. Gigi did pick up all 4 points that jam. That's going to bring Flint's total up to 21, and we've got a 2-point game, sports fans. Great Lakes still in the lead at 23, and Jawbreaker Jose. Blink and you miss her, picking up lead jammer. Here comes Animaniac. Half a track behind Jawbreaker Jose, hitting that pack at full speed. Oh, Jawbreaker Jose takes one look at that Flint wall, says I don't want none, and calls it off. AK, you're standing right between me and the track.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's better. That's a little better, yeah. Okay, to be frank, number 2 wearing the star for Flint this jam. It's Twilight Sparkle jamming for the first time this evening for Great Lakes, and Twilight Sparkle will be lead jammer. To be frank, headed to the penalty box. Oh, what a time for Flint to hand a power jam to Great Lakes. Sparkle putting 4 points on the board for Great Lakes. Coming in for a second scoring pass. Number 5, Moxie, and number 911, Kitten holding down the defense there for Flint. Pack is spread out a little bit, and that's another 4 points going on the board for Twilight Sparkle. 8-point jam so far for Great Lakes. Frank, fresh out of that penalty box, looking to even things up for Flint. Oh, and there goes Frank. That was Frank's initial pass. No points for Flint that jam. Flint free to concentrate on the defense. Coach AK makes the signal for Sparkle to call it. Call it off. She does still. 10-point jam there for Twilight Sparkle. And the crowd chants loud for Gigi Spitfire from the sidelines. Jammer of record for Flint. We got Tiki Torture, number 44, coming back to the jam line for Great Lakes. And Tiki Torture picking up lead jam. Razor hits the ground there, knees first. Oh, never mind. This is Animaniac on the jam line for Flint. And Tiki whips right through that pack. Tiki calling it off mid-jam. Another shutout by Great Lakes. 4 points on the board for the home team. And that jam's going to bring Great Lakes total up to 37. Flint at 21, and we've got just over 15 minutes left to go in this first half of this very last bout of Mitten Kitten Splash Up 2025. Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, is back on the jam line for Great Lakes, but Gigi Spitfire just a little bit quicker. So Gigi Spitfire lead jammer. Oh, Great Lakes keeping that pack, moving at lightning speed. Just before Jose gets to the pack, Gigi calls it off. That's 2-point jam there for Flint, bringing their total up to 23. Great Lakes at 37, and Coach Nick has called for a team timeout for Flint. And we're back into action here. It's number 2, To Be Frank, on the jam line for Flint. She's going to be joined by number 717, Anna Manick, wearing the star for the first time this evening for Great Lakes. Look at that. Oh, and number 2, To Be Frank, picking up lead jammer there for Flint. Anna Manick goes for the inside, but gets into a tussle there with Ronnie V and Tabby Cat of Flint. Nice recycling there from Flutterbat. Meanwhile, Frank is forced to the back of the pack on her first scoring pass, but we can't hold Frank back for long. 4 points going on the board for Flint. We got a star pass to Jawbreaker Jose, number 922 of Great Lakes. Frank in the middle of a second scoring pass calls it off from the ref lane. Frank picking up 7 points total there for Flint. Great Lakes held scoreless. Still, Great Lakes still has a 7-point lead over Flint, 37-30. Animaniac, number 44, returns to the jam line for Flint. Going to be joined by Tiki Torture, number 44, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Oh, Tiki Torture coming into K Cotton and Slim Fast in the pack, but they can't hold back Tiki long. Tiki Torture picks up lead jammer. Animaniac, meanwhile, tried to get the star pass over to number 911, K Cotton. Oh, not even touched on the outside there. Tiki Torture picking up 4 points there for Great Lakes. Animaniac, meanwhile, out of that pack. Tiki's coming in for a second scoring pass. Takes a hit on the outside from Crazy Train. Decides to call it off. And Axel Rolls has called an official timeout. Timeout's over. Jam timer Marianne has called 5 seconds. And we've got number 15, Gigi Spitfire, returning to the jam line for Flint. Number 25, Twilight Sparkle, wearing the star for Great Lakes. And Gigi Spitfire tangling with Savage Patch Kid in the pack. Savage Patch Kid is the ticket there. And Twilight Sparkle is lead jammer. But look at Gigi coming up behind, forces a call off. Double goose egg on that jam. Pulverizing Pixie, number 48, returns to the jam line for Traverse City. It's the former speed skater, number 2, To Be Frank, wearing the star for Flint. And we have just 11 and a half minutes left to go in this first half. Both of our jammers poised for the outside. Pixie tries for the outside, fails. And Frank pauses for a ride on Jose in the middle of the pack there. Pixie gets away clean, picking up lead jammer. Oh, nice hit to the outside by number 30, Sophia. Sophia forces Frank to the back of the pack. Pixie, meanwhile, coming in for her first scoring pass. K Cotton, Crazy Train, and Slim Fast working together to put together that wall, but Pixie blasts on through for 4. Crazy Train headed to the penalty box. Flint now down a blocker. Frank on her initial pass still, looking to get the star pass to K Cotton. Nice hit to the outside from number 23, Tabby Cat of Flint. Pulverizing Pixie falling to her knees right in front of Flint. Pivot K. Cotton, Slim Fast, beefing up the defense there for Flint. Frank, meanwhile, out of the pack, puts the star back on her head. Pixie calls it off. Pixie putting 4 more points on the board there for Great Lakes. 8-point jam total for Great Lakes, bringing their total up to 51. Flint holding at 30. And Axl Rolls has called another official timeout. There's the long whistle. We are back to your regular scheduled programming, sports fans. Number 44, Tiki Torture on the jam line for Great Lakes. And surprising no one, Tiki Torture will be lead jammer. Animaniac, meanwhile, looking to get through in the pack, takes a hit from Flutterbat, and Flutterbat hits her again. Tiki Torture, meanwhile, coming in for her first scoring pass. And that's 4 points going on the board for Tiki. Anna is out of that pack at last, will not be lead jammer. And Tiki comes up, Ronnie V takes a swing and a miss, and Tiki calls it off. 4-point jam there for Great Lakes. And Flint held scoreless. Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, returns to the jam line for Great Lakes, joined by number 15, Gigi Spitfire, wearing the star for Flint. And Jawbreaker Jose pushes her way through that Flint defense, scoots past Moxie, picks up lead jammer, and Gigi Spitfire speeding through on the outside. Jawbreaker Jose signals her pack to just keep this party moving fast. Nice little hip bump there from Crazy Train in the pack. Forces Jose to call it off. Double goose egg on that jam. Coming back up to the jam line for Great Lakes, it is number 25, Twilight Sparkle. Sparkill, rather. And for the first time this evening, jamming for Flint, it's the rookie, number 737, Naileron. Naileron running head first into that wall of purple, held down by Flutterbat and Crybaby in the pack. But let's say Twilight Sparkle picking up lead jammer. Naileron, meanwhile, taking another shot at the pack. Number 88, Razor, trying to break things up for her jammer there in the pack, but Savage Patch Kid just a little quicker. Ronnie V and Razor, meanwhile, have got their hands full with Twilight Sparkle, but Sparkle cannot be stopped. 4 points going on the board there, and we got a star pass. Or an attempted star pass. I can't tell which for Flint. And it's Ronnie V, number 21, taking the star for Flint. And Starkill, and another shot out by Great Lakes. Twilight Sparkle calls it off again holding Flint scoreless. So that 8-point jam is going to bring Great Lakes total up to 67. Flint still at 30. Animaniac, number 44, returns to the jam line for Flint, lining up a couple of yards behind number 44, Tiki Torture for Great Lakes. Animaniac coming right into the Great Lakes defense. Number 151, Savage Patch Kid, doing a nice job holding things down. Savage, nice little love tap there from Pulverizing Pixie. Savage Patch Kid transformed into a one-woman blocking machine, but Animaniac still picking up lead jammer. And heading into that pack is Animaniac, and Animaniac slides into the Great Lakes wall yet again just before Tiki reaches the pack. Anna calls it off, and the streak is broken for Flint. Anna puts 3 points on the board for Flint. We've got just under 6 minutes left to go in this first half of this very last game of Mitten Kitten Splash Up 2025. Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, returns to the jam line for Great Lakes. And we've got, to be frank, number 2 wearing the star for Flint. Oh, look at that! Our jammers are almost neck and neck, but it's Jawbreaker Jose ahead by a nose. To be frank, hot on our wheels. Both of our jammers hit that pack at full speed. Frank sticks the landing on that apex jump, and Jose calls it off, but it looks like Frank must not have stuck the landing there. No points for Flint that jam. Jawbreaker Jose, meanwhile, picking up 3 points for Great Lakes. We got Gigi Spitfire, number 25, returning to the jam line for Flint, joined by number 48, Pulverizing Pixie for Great Lakes. Oh, did you just see that at home? Gigi Spitfire running on those toe stops through the inside lane, picking up lead jammer Pixie, still trapped in the pack behind number 4, Slim Fast of Flint. Oh, now Gigi has to tangle with Savage Patch Kid in the pack. Number 50, Daisy, also coming in to assist. Oh, Crazy Train and K Cotton not taking it easy on Pixie. Gigi Spitfire, meanwhile, 4 points going on the board for Flint. Crazy Train lies in wait yet again for Pixie. And Gigi Spitfire just barely dodges Flutterbutt. Going for 4 points. 8-point jam for Gigi Spitfire. Pixie, meanwhile, goes for a star pass in the pack, and this jam is the answer to Flint's pairs. It's Gigi Spitfire coming around for another 4 points. 12-point jam for Gigi. Meanwhile, we've got a star pass to Mischievous Monkey of Great Lakes. And that's another 2 points going on the board for Flint. Still 14-point jam for Flint. Great. That does not change Great Lakes' lead status, but it does cut into their lead somewhat. Great Lakes still at 70, Flint at 47. And we have just 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Tiki Torture, number 44, returns to the jam line for Great Lakes. It is Animaniac, number 44, jamming for Flint, and Animaniac will be lead jammer. And Tiki Torture coming through. That was Tiki's first pass. Will not be lead jammer. Anna on her first scoring pass. Puddin' and Crybaby lining up the defense. Forces a call off there from Animaniac. Anna did pick up all 4 points on that scoring pass. Great Lakes held scoreless for another jam. 19-point game now. Great Lakes still in the lead at 70. Flint 51 with just 2 minutes left to go. And Great Lakes has called for an official review. Official review has ended. We are back to the action. It is Jawbreaker Jose, number 922, back on the jam line for Great Lakes. Number 2, to be frank, wearing the star for Flint. And Flint putting up the defense. Kitten can't keep Jose back for long, and Jose is lead jammer. But Frank coming up from behind. We're seeing a little jammer on jammer action as Jawbreaker Jose does her level best to block Frank, but that's not happening. Jose forced into a call off, so no points for anybody on that jam. And Axel Rolls has just called for an official timeout. We're back into action. There is 1 minute remaining on the period clock. Gigi Spitfire is the jammer for Flint. Tiki Torture, number 44, wearing the star for Great Lakes. And Tiki Torture will be lead jammer. Tiki Torture hitting that pack at full force, blasting right past Ronnie V and Tabby Cat to the front of the pack, calls it off. Picking up 4 points, and we still have 30 seconds left on the period clock. Time for one more jam. Let's see how the things shake out. Animaniac number 44 is returning to the jam line for Flint. Twilight Sparkle number 25, rocking the star for Great Lakes. Twilight Sparkle getting caught up on Slim Fast and Moxie at the front of the pack. Crazy Train moving over to guard the inside lane. Animaniac, meanwhile, has to get past Flutterbat and number 717, Animaniac. Start scoring pads. Oh, cruel. Oh, Jawbreaker Jose headed to the penalty box, and lead jam goes to Animaniac. Twilight Sparkle lines up behind that Flint wall. Animaniac scooting right past Great Lakes, 4 points. We got 2 Great Lakes blockers in the penalty box. Anna able to take full advantage, make that 3 Great Lakes blockers in the penalty box. And Animaniac sends Animaniac crashing. Another 4 points going on the board for Animaniac. 8-point jam so far for Flint. And we are on jam time, sports fans. Only a minute left to go on the jam clock. And Animaniac coming up against Animanic in the pack. Animanic calls off the jam. And we're going to end this first half with an 8-point jam for Flint. But that's going to bring Great Lakes held scoreless. Great Lakes 74, Flint 62. These are very exciting. 12-point game. And we will see you back here in 15 minutes. you start photographing Gigi when she was still in Detroit?
When she started in Derby.
Oh, really?
I was like, found her on Facebook.
I'm so addicted to the feeling. Oh, get me high and fuel the fire. I need you in my blood. It's running hot. And my mind is spinning. I'm gonna see you in the night. My heart goes dun 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 dun. My heart goes dun 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 dun. My heart goes dun 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 dun. My heart goes dun 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 dun. My heart goes.
We are back into action, sports fans. Intermission is officially over. For those of you just joining us, you are watching the Division I championship bout of this year's Mitten Kitten Splash Up 2026. You're watching Great Lakes wearing purple, taking on Flint Roller Derby in black. And right now, you just watched Tiki Torture, number 44 of Great Lakes, become lead jammer. Tiki coming in for her first scoring pass. Glitterous holding things down in the back of the pack. Number 5, Moxie, coming in to assist along with Slim Fast. Gigi Spitfire, meanwhile, out of the pack. Gigi comes in for the scoring pass. And Tiki calls it off. Another shutout by Great Lakes. Tiki putting 4 points on the board for Great Lakes. To Be Frank returns to the jam line for Flint, joined by number 922, Jawbreaker Jose of Great Lakes. Both jammers hitting the pack at full force. Frank held back by that formidable wall of purple at the front of the pack, and Jose breaks through the Flint defense, picking up lead jammer. Oh, Frank headed to the penalty box on what I believe was a track cut. It's a power jam for Great Lakes. Jose knocks over her own teammate, getting through the pack. 4 points on the board for Great Lakes. We got blocker on the pack with Tabby Cat trying to tackle Savage Patch Kid. And another 4 points going on the board for Jawbreaker Jose. Flint walling up at the front of the pack. Jose just a little bit too slick, slides right around Razor. Calls off the jam just as Frank returns to the pack. 12-point jam there for Jawbreaker Jose. That's going to bring Great Lakes just 10 points below the century mark at 90. Flint trailing at 63. Five seconds called. It's Animaniac on the jam line for Flint, joined by number 44, Tiki Torture, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Nice hit there from number 25, Twilight Sparkle. And another hit to the outside by number 86, Mischievous Monkey. Anna lines up behind the back. Tiki Torture, meanwhile, blows past K. Cotton, picking up lead jammer. Frank trapped in the pack behind whoever's blocking for Great Lakes. Oh, Anna out of that pack will not be lead jammer. Tiki coming in for her first scoring pass. Glitterous and Moxie forcing a call off there from Tiki. And Tiki Torture did put 3 points on the board there for Great Lakes. We now have a 30-point game. Great Lakes in the lead at 93. Flint trailing at 63. But we still have 26 minutes remaining in this first half. 26 minutes remaining in the tournament. And Gigi Spitfire coming back to the jam line For Flint, we've got number 48, Pulverizing Pixie, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Gigi Spitfire gonna be lead jammer. Pixie sent to her knees by number 27, hauling out to Flint. Razor and Ronnie V lining up the defense there for Flint. Oh, but what is this? Some beautiful recycling from number 151, Savage Patch Kid of Great Lakes. Gigi pausing to take a little ride on Mischievous Monkey, and a little swipe there from Savage Patch Kid. Gigi coming around for 4 points. Pixie is out of that pack, will not be lead jammer. Gigi's coming in for another scoring pass, scoots right around Monkey and calls off the jam. Great Lakes held scoreless in that jam. 8 points brought to you by number 15, Gigi Spitfire. Twilight Sparkle, number 25, returning to the jam line for Great Lakes, joined by number 2, 2B Frank, wearing the star for Flint. Oh, and Frank out of left field, picking up lead jammer there for Flint. Twilight Sparkle re-enters behind the pack. Moxie and Kay Cotton putting up the defense there for Flint. Tabby Cat also coming in to assist, but look at that. Even Flutterbat can't keep Frank back. Frank picking up 4 points there for Flint. Twilight Sparkle looking to get a star pass there to her pivot, number 33, Puddin'. And that's another 4 points for Flint. Flint making a bit of a comeback in this second half. Frank not slowing down. Coach Cotton from the sideline signals Frank to just keep on going. And the pack spreads out for just a half a second. Frank takes advantage, and we've got a star pass from Great Lakes. It's going to number 33, Puddin'. And we still have 51 seconds left on the jam clock. Both teams keeping things moving. Frank coming in, and Coach Cotton screams, call it off from the bench, and Frank does just that. Frank did pick up one more point there for Flint. 14-point jam for To Be Frank. We don't have a lead change yet, but that does shake things up a bit. 9-point game. Great Lakes still the lead at 94. Flint trailing at 85, and Tiki Torture is on the jam line for Great Lakes, having picked up lead jam. Once again, it's 44 versus 44. Animaniac wearing the star for Flint. Tiki gets through that pack, looks to AK, see if she should call it off, and call it off she does. Tiki hits it and quits it. 4 points going on the board for Great Lakes, and that's going to bring them to just 2 points below the century mark at 98. Flint still holding steady at 85. And the Flint crowd going nuts for number 15, Gigi Spitfire. Number 922, Jawbreaker Jose wearing the star for Great Lakes. Oh, out of nowhere, Jawbreaker Jose goes for the sneak attack for the inside lane, but Gigi just a little bit too slick. Gigi Spitfire picking up lead jammer. Oh, it looks like Gigi's going to hit that pack at full speed, bouncing right past Mischievous Monkey. Calls it off, mid-pack, and Gigi, always known for being a shy and demure skater, celebrates her win and grins for the crowd on the sidelines. Three-point jam there for Flint. Going to bring their score up to 88. Great Lakes still at 98. Tiki Torture returning to the jam line for Great Lakes. To be frank, wearing the star for Flint. And Razor and Ronnie V along with Tabby Cat teaming up, but they can't keep Tiki back. Our jammers are neck and neck. Let not be Karen says Tiki's lead. And Tiki goes for the call off. So we're going to see a double goose egg on that jam. Tiki Torture coming back to jam again for Great Lakes, joined by Animaniac number 44 wearing the star for Flint. Animaniac forced to the back of the pack there, but K Cotton does the same for Tiki Torture, and K Cotton does it again, dragging Tiki Torture to the back of the pack. Nice hit there. Oh, and Animaniac called out on a penalty. It's going to be a power jam for Great Lakes. And Tiki Torture again picking up lead jammer. Tiki coming up to the pack, heading headlong right into Slim Fast and K-Ka, and Glitteris also going to get a little love tap in on there. And Tiki calls it off from the sidelines. Animaniac standing in the penalty box. This next jam's going to be a power start for Great Lakes. They have number 922, Jawbreaker Jose, back on the jam line. Jawbreaker Jose heading right into that Flint defense. Tabby Cat, Ronnie V, and Razor holding things down, but they have to let her go at the end. Jose will be lead jammer. Oh, big hit from Savage Patch Kid on number 44, Animaniac, and we got a blocker jammer pile up in the straightaway. Ow, and Jawbreaker Jose skates away clean for 4, and that was Animaniac's first pass through the pack. Jawbreaker Jose coming in for another scoring pass. Ronnie V scoots to the front of the pack, trying to break things up there for Animaniac, but at the front of the pack, lying in wait, it's Sophia of Great Lakes. Jawbreaker and Jawbreaker Jose coming through for another 4 points. 8-point jam so far for Great Lakes, and they're officially over the century mark at 109 points. And Animaniac answering in kind with 4 points there for Flint, and Jose calls it off. And Flint has just called for a team timeout. back into action with Gigi Spitfire on the jam line for Flint. Number 44, Tiki Torture wearing the star for Great Lakes. And but here comes Gigi out of that pack with a vengeance. Tiki Torture running right into the Flint defense. Kay Cotton has to let Tiki go. And Tiki hits it and quits it yet again. Scoring 4, calls it off. Number 2, To Be Frank of Flint, returns to the jam line. And it's Pulverizing Pixie, number 48, wearing the star for Great Lakes. And it's Pixie coming through, picking up lead jammer. To Be Frank taking a running start at the pack. Savage Patch Kid doing a nice job holding together that line of defense there for Great Lakes. Mischievous Monkey knocks Frank to the outside. Frank going for the star pass in the pack, but Pulverizing Pixie coming up against Hall & Oates and Razor there in the pack, but they can't keep Pixie back for long. Pixie coming around for 4 points. And Frank forced to put that star back on her helmet, will not be lead jammer. Another 4 points going on the board for Pixie, and Pulverizing Pixie calls it off. And the rookie for Flint, number 737, Naileron, returns to the jam line. It's going to be number 44, Tiki Torture, wearing the star for Great Lakes. 15 minutes remaining in this bout. And Naileron pushing her way through that wall. Meanwhile, Tiki Torture finds a half an inch of space on the inside and takes it. Tiki's going to be lead jammer. Mischievous Monkey and Savage Patch Kid holding things down, but in the pack. And number 50, Daisy, holding the outside lane open for Tiki, and Tiki takes advantage. 4 points going on the board for Great Lakes. Naileron still on their initial pass through the pack. Number 5, Moxie of Flint, gathers her team together as Tiki comes in for her second scoring pass. Flint forcing a call off there from Tiki Torture, but still Tiki putting 7 points on the board in that jam. Flint held scoreless. That jam's going to bring Great Lakes total up to 132. Flint trailing at 92. We got Gigi Spitfire, number 15, and the Gigi fans in the crowd are going wild. Twilight Sparkle, number 25, returns to the jam line for Great Lakes. And Gigi pushes right past Sophia at the front of the back, picking up lead jammer. Twilight Sparkle, meanwhile, bust out of the pack, will not be lead jammer. The penalties are flying fast and furious in the pack. Gigi Spitfire attempts to take a ride there on Tabby Cat. She sees Twilight Sparkle is catching up and calls it off. Gigi didn't put 2 points on the board there for Flint. We got Tiki Torture, number 44, returning to the jam line for Great Lakes. And surprising no one, Tiki picking up lead jam. Animaniac flying right into Mischievous Monkey and Savage Patch Kid in the pack, but Flutterbat's got to let her go. Tiki coming in for the scoring patch, juking right around Moxie. 4 points for Tiki. And Tiki calls it off before Anna can get to the pack. 4-point jam there, and another shutout from Great Lakes. Number 2, to be frank, of Flint, coming back to the jam line. We've got Pulverizing Pixie, number 48, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Pixie looks for the hole. Ronnie V trying to block things there. Oh, Ronnie V recycles Pixie to the back of the pack. Frank looks for a hole on the outside, on the inside, just barely dodging. Mischievous Monkey there picks up lead jammer. Pixie goes for the star pass, and this is Frank's second scoring pass. Frank takes a little ride there on Savage Patch Kid, goes to the outside, returns behind the pack. Ronnie V duking it out with Jawbreaker Jose in the pack there. Frank has to get past Savage Patch Kid to pick up 4 points there for Flint. Flint now up to 98, just 2 points below the century mark. Pixie not successful with the star pass, puts that star cover back on her helmet. Frank coming in for a second scoring pass. Tabby Cat doing her best to hold Great Lakes back. Frank still calls it off. Pixie did steal a point there for Great Lakes. Frank putting 2 more on the board for Flint. That's going to take Flint right up to the century mark, 100 points even. Great Lakes still in the lead, 137, and we've got just over 10 minutes left to go. Gigi Spitfire, number 15, is back on the jam line for Flint. It's number 44, Tiki Torture, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Tiki Torture looking for that hole. Flint walling up around Tiki. And just dodging Sophia at the front of the pack. Gigi Spitfire is picking up lead jammer. Gigi Spitfire flies into the pack, coming up into Flutterbat. And Mischievous Monkey there in the pack. And Tiki Torture is out, will not be lead jammer. Moxie tangles with Monkey there in the pack, making room for Gigi, and Gigi calls it off. Gigi putting 3 points there on the board for Flint. Great Lakes held scoreless. Number 922, Jawbreaker Jose is coming back to the jam line for Great Lakes. It is Animaniac, number 44, wearing the star for Flint. Both of our jammers hitting that pack at full speed. Tabby Cat pausing to do battle with Jose, but Jose shakes it off, picks up lead jammer. Great Lakes got a blocker called out on a multiplayer. Slight advantage for Flint here. Oh, Jose hits the pack full force, calls it off, and Coach Cotton of Flint immediately calls for an official review. Official review is over. We've got just under 9 minutes left to go in the bout. To be frank, on the jam line for Flint. And it appears that official review resulted in a penalty on Jawbreaker Jose. So this is going to be a power jam for Flint. And to be frank, will be lead jammer. Frank signals her team to just keep things moving fast out there. Frank blasting right through that Great Lakes defense for 4 points. Gigi yet again signaling her team to keep the pack moving. And Frank does it again. Another 4 points going on that board for To Be Frank. And Coach Cotton makes the signal for Frank to keep right on going. We got meanwhile, Jawbreaker Jose, fresh out of that pack, passes the star to number 25, Twilight Sparkle. And before Sparkle could even get to the pack, To Be Frank calls it off.
Let's go, Tiki!
8-point jam there for Flint. Way to take advantage of that power jam. Number 15, Gigi Spitfire returns to the jam line for Flint. It's number 44, Tiki Torture, rocking the star for Great Lakes. Gigi looks for the hole in the pack. No, we got jammer on blocker action. Tiki Torture puts a big hit on Flint's Tabby Cat and picks up lead jammer. Tiki coming in for the scoring pass. And Tabby Cat's turn to put the hit on someone there, and Tiki calls off the jam. Double goose egg on that jam. And we've got an official timeout. There's the long whistle. And we're back, sports fans, with just under 7 minutes left to go on the clock. Jawbreaker Jose is back on the jam line for Great Lakes. And did you see that? Her blockers keeping that inside lane open. Jawbreaker Jose picking up lead jam. Oh, Anna pauses to take a ride on Savage Patch Kid. Mischievous Monkey and Flutterbat also assisting. But Anna gets out of that pack. Jawbreaker Jose, meanwhile, coming in for a scoring pass, and Moxie's the last line of defense for Flint. Jawbreaker Jose taps the booty 4 times, calls off the jam. 4 points there for Great Lakes. To be frank, number 2 returning to the jam line for Flint. It's number 44, Tiki Torture, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Tiki Torture doing her thing, slicing through that pack, picking up lead jammer. To be frank, coming up around the outside, takes a little spin there on Savage Patch Kid. That's a no pass, no penalty situation. Frank's not going to be lead. All in all, it's now the last line of defense against Tiki. Tiki looks at the bench, decides to call it. 4 points going on the board for Great Lakes, and Coach Cotton of Flint has called for a team timeout. Going into this timeout, let's take a look at the score. It's 145, Great Lakes, 111, Flint. There's the long whistle. We've got just over 5 minutes left to go in the bout. Gigi Spitfire on the jam line for Flint. Jawbreaker Jose rocking the star for Great Lakes. Flutterbat and Mischievous Monkey lining up the defense for Great Lakes. Number 15, Crybaby, also coming in to assist. Oh, and Gigi jumping a little apex there. Picking up lead jammer for Flint. We got a star pass. Jawbreaker Jose passing the star to number 86, Mischievous Monkey. Jose immediately helps her team with the defense, coming back to do some bridging. Gigi's first scoring pass here. Taking a ride on Flutterbat. Crybaby holding down that tripod as well, but they've got to let Gigi go. Gigi's coming around for 4. Mischievous Monkey, meanwhile, working her way through the Flint defense. Glitterous and Moxie holding things down in the back. Moxie and K Cotton teaming up to recycle Monkey all the way to the back. But here comes Gigi, ready for another scoring pass. And Gigi up to the front of the pack. It's Jammer on Perez. Gigi passes Mischievous Monkey with a little love tap. Another 12-point jam so far for Gigi Spitfire. Boom! Sticks the landing. That's going to be another 4 points on the board for Gigi Spitfire. Nicely done. That's going to bring Flint's score up to 127. Great Lakes 145. Animaniac number 44 returns to the jam line for Flint. It's Tiki Torture number 44. Rocking the star for Great Lakes. And Tiki Torture will be lead jammer Anna forced to the Anna sent out on a penalty. It's going to be a power jam for Great Lakes. Ronnie V, the last line of defense for Flint. And Tiki skates away clean for 4 points. Tiki running headlong into the back of number 88, Razor of Flint. Hall & Oates crashing to her knees there in the pack. Ronnie V takes a swing and a miss at Tiki, and Tiki coming around for 4. And the Great Lakes cheering section, loud and proud, screaming, "Let's go, Great Lakes" from the sidelines. Tiki Torture skating backwards around the turn. Another 4 points on the board for Great Lakes. We can still got a minute left to go in this jam. Animaniac fresh out of the penalty box, holding the star, hoping to get a star pass to her pivot, number 88, Razor. Didn't quite work out that time, but Anna is out of the pack. Tiki, meanwhile, calling things off mid-pack. That's another 3 points going on the board for Tiki Torture. 15-point jam there for Tiki. That's going to raise Great Lakes score up to 160 points. Flint trailing at 127, and we've got just under 2 minutes remaining on the clock. To Be Frank returns to the jam line for Flint, joined by Pulverizing Pixie, number 48, wearing the star for Great Lakes.
Let's go, Pixie!
And Pixie's got some fans in the house. We can hear them loud and clear. And our jammers are neck and neck, but it's to be Frank who has lead jam. Frank not ready to call things off just yet. Frank zipping and sliding through that pack. Oh, but jawbreaker Jose knocks Frank to her knees. Nice recycling from number 30, Sophia of Great Lakes. Frank takes another ride on jawbreaker Jose. And Pixie, meanwhile, tangled up in Flint there. Frank, meanwhile, coming around for 4. Pixie has to dance. Pixie doing a little dance there with Slim Fast, number 4, Flint at the front of the pack. And that's going to be 4 points also for pulverizing Pixie. Frank on her second scoring pass. Coming up against Savage Patch Kid there in the pack. Calls it off from the inside lane. Frank did pick up 3 more points in that jam. So that's a 7-point jam for Flint. 4 points for Great Lakes. And Coach Cotton has called an official review. Seconds remaining on the bout clock. This could be the last jam of the night here. We got Tiki Torture on the jam line for Great Lakes. Gigi Spitfire is wearing the star for Flint. Savage Patch Kid and Mischievous Monkey holding down the defense for Great Lakes. But they have to let Gigi go, and Gigi will be lead jammer. Tiki Torture forced to line up behind K. Cotton, number 911. Gigi coming in for her first scoring pass, but Flutterbat has to let Gigi go. Gigi picking up 4 points there for Flint, and that was Tiki's first pass. No points for Great Lakes yet this jam. Outside lane wide open, and Gigi takes advantage. 4-point jam there for Gigi Spitfire. And this is Tiki's first scoring pass. She's midway through the pack here. And Gigi's dodging one last blocker. It is Savage Patch Kid, the last line of defense at the front of the pack. And Gigi comes around for another 4 points. And Tiki Torture hung up on Slim Fast in the pack. And that's a very hard one. 4 points for Tiki Torture. It looks like that last timeout was just the ticket for Flint to get their mojo back. Do people still say mojo? I have no idea. What I do know is that GG is still hanging in there. Mischievous Monkey and Flutterbat holding down that line of defense for Great Lakes. Picker Jose also coming in to assist. Tiki coming away with another 4 points, and the jam clock comes to an end. That's going to be the game, sports fans. And our unofficial final score, Great Lakes 172, Flint 146. What a game. Great job, both teams. And I'm no expert, but I think it's safe to say that Great Lakes will be, I was about to say going home with the Kitten Cup, but they are home. This is their venue. Great Lakes staying home with the Kitten Cup, and Flint going home with second place.
answer?
Sure, I think
Because I know all this stuff off the top of my head.
so just the cups.
We're going to present trophies in a second, but we do have to get the MVPs in after big cheer for Flint. What a game, what a weekend.
Okay, so is it okay if the same person gets Jim again? Okay, because Gigi Spitfire is the champ again. And for MVP, I can say 151.75.
I will let them know. And then what I'll do is I'll get into, I'll say, we'll have Casey and Detroit come out for D2, and then we'll do Traverse City for free, then Flint, and then go.
Okay.
All right, real quick, we got jam of the game. For multiple big jams, for all your big jam purposes, Kikuchi Family Farms, for all your big jams, Gigi Spit, multiple big jams, jam of the game. Game MVP for the championship, getting a special gear package that we'll sort out later. 151 Savage. MVP of the championship. Good picture. So those are the game winners. I do need MVP choices for Division 1 from Flint and Lansing.